Uzi got into some shit this week, man.
Oh, I saw Uzi out here stealing again.
He said again. When did he steal the first time?
Remember what that first cover art?
Oh, what first cover art?
The Futsal Shuffle 2020.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you're right. But that didn't get as big as this.
It didn't.
That didn't get as big as this. So let me find it real quick just for all right, so a couple of days ago, this artist by the name of her name is Huge River 8 tweeted out and pretty much called Uzi out for stealing the cover art of, was it That Way? No, it's for the original cover for is it
That Way.
for That Way. And she said that he plagiarized a piece that she had put out. So the message says, "I'm very upset that I have to write such an article. I saw Lil Uzi Vert's latest album cover art and it was very similar to my painting. My picture was posted on my blog 6 years ago, and it is possible to use it for profile pictures or non-commercial purposes, but it is not allowed to use anything else. Now I'm very embarrassed and don't want to let this go." That must be, so they have the picture of the original painting, which that's a cool ass painting.
It is.
Very obviously the same.
I actually like it better than Uzi's.
Really?
Yeah, it feels like it flows more. Like Uzi's body feels kind of stiff compared to hers.
Okay, I feel it. It looks more anime aesthetic in the first one.
Yeah.
So, and then also the messages between Uzi and the graphic designer who made it were leaked. And it was Uzi writing the guy, says, "I need you to make something." The guy says, "Let me know." Uzi links the painting and says, "Make me like this in a suit with orange hair and white background." Cover art says, "Bet." First of all, that nigga's never working with Uzi. If he leaked these messages, but he ain't never working with Uzi again.
Yeah, he's not.
He fucked up. But Uzi took it in stride, but Uzi came out and, I mean, he got ahead of it, you know what I'm saying? He put plagiarism is bad.
Maybe dude did it he was like, damn, man.
I ain't trying to be in this shit.
Yeah.
Uzi told me to do it.
Yeah, he's supporting the graphic design or the artist.
I mean,
The visual artist in it.
What?
And maybe he felt like this was the only way that Uzi would really have no choice but to respond to that shit.
Nah, you think Uzi would? I'm like, nah, I'm just let this nigga take the heat.
No, I'm saying the dude who agreed to do it. If he leaked the messages.
I mean, okay. I mean, like, I don't knock him, bro. It's like if Uzi texts you, because you're a graphic designer, but like if Uzi texts you and like, "Yo, remake this," are you gonna give him the whole artist integrity spiel? I'm like, man, look, bro, you just can't be copying nigga shit without their permission. Are you gonna do that? Is that the right thing to do?
I mean, it really depends on how much you change it. It didn't really change much.
Yeah, that's true.
You can find someone idea, in my opinion, as long as you change it to a point where it's clearly your own. Like you can see it's inspired by theirs, but it's yours.
Yeah, but that's clearly like.
Yeah, he just changed the character and the color of the heart. Like that's.
But what were you about to say?
But the big overall idea of the piece was still the same.
So you would have hit him with the, "No, we have to," because what you supposed to do in a situation like, let's hit up the original artist first, make sure they're cool with it, get paperwork signed, and then you remake it.
I mean, yeah, or see if he wants to, or like pitch him some different ideas, or see if he got something different. Cause
That's Uzi. Like you don't want to be like.
Yeah, but think about no matter what, you're gonna come out on the bottom if you do it.
Man, you're right. Either you make the artist mad by trying to save him from himself, or you do what he wants you to do and get in trouble later.
Exactly.
But Uzi got on top of it, bro. He tweeted, "Hey, I'm not a mean person or a thief. I get inspired a lot. If you want money, I will have my team contact you and give you money. Signed, Baby Pluto. P.S. You are a great artist." So Uzi tried to smile his way out of this shit.
He did.
I feel like it's gonna work, bro. Cause like, shit, if I'm assuming that's what the artist wants, like, "Hey, I want my recognition. I want to be acknowledged that you got this for me." And then he went and posted and tagged him. Man, he did a weird, ugly ass.
Yeah.
Uzi posts on Instagram like he doesn't use Instagram. I'm like, man, you're like 24. You know how to use Instagram. You should have known how to do that screenshot better than the way you did.
Yeah, he definitely could have did better.
But he's tagged her, which probably got her hella attention.
Yeah,
And I'm assuming that they reached out on the back end and got shit cleared up. I'm gonna assume that happened.
Yeah, I'm sure she done got paid for it.
So is the situation resolved? Is that the end of it? Cause I posted about it on my Instagram story, man. I wanted to get like a couple different perspectives from a couple different designers, and there were a couple designers who like were really like angry about that shit, like mad. telling me about like it's the integrity. Artists pretty much bring to like artists always do this shit. Like music artists always do this shit. And then I do think that in the music industry, the lowest spectrum on the totem pole is the graphic design. Y'all get violated the most. Art niggas in general get violated the most.
I mean, I've only been jugged once, and after that, I just take the money up front and I don't work.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's just like I feel like, don't get me wrong. Every part of every aspect of the music industry is complicated and it's hard to get paid in, because the value assigned to different pieces of it all are different from artist to artist. Like, no one will argue that in order for an artist to be a cohesive brand, whatever you need to be, you need the art, you need the visuals. Artists know this shit, especially artists that can't do it themselves, right? Like the artists who aren't graphic savvy, they know I need this shit, but then when it comes down to the time to pay for it, do the right thing, and everybody gets stupid about it. Nobody wants to do it right. And it's always baffled my mind, bro, because like, like graphic designers are the only thing I've seen niggas would literally argue, niggas who charge $100, like, bro, that's fucked up. This other nigga charge $5, and it's like,
I mean, yeah, like that nigga ain't doing what I'm doing though.
Yeah.
You know, like you're not paying for his time, you're paying for my time.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I feel you. That's what I would tell niggas. I'm like, I'll consult a couple niggas like that. I'm like, bro, like, at the end of the day, I get it. I think that a lot of the times shit like this, not this particular case, but the Fusa Shuffle case cover art was a good example of just a lot of these graphic designers be like young kids and shit who just be like, oh shit, I get to make a cover for my favorite artist. Of course I'm gonna do what the fuck you tell me to do, right or wrong.
Yeah.
But then like I said, then the finesse ends up being on them, because then like I said, you catching the heat for it when shit gets backlash. I mean, if the lawsuit went out, I'm sure that they would come at Uzi for it, but the label would probably be like, nah, that nigga made this shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, the artist can tell you all day, yo, I got you, I'm gonna fuck with you, this, that, and the third. But let that shit get to court, but the label, my nigga, the label gonna be like, okay, you suing our client Uzi, but really, this nigga made this shit. You know what I'm saying? This the nigga you need to be talking to. The rights of this shit is to this guy. And then boom, you fucked up.
I mean, unless he sold it to Uzi. Like, unless the dude who made it sold it to Uzi.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the rights are with Uzi.
Yeah, that's true. Either way, that shit. So, but I don't know. Because I was trying to understand the graphic design niggas in my DMs. I did see where a lot of them was coming from about just the principle of it, which I do agree with that. But I don't want to fault Uzi completely, because it doesn't feel malicious, but then also all he did was tweet his response. We don't know how it happened. Yeah. But he is habitual with it, because we just saw it happen literally like 2 months ago. So It's like, do we believe the smiles, or is he just covering this shit up? Because he fucked up too many times back to back.
Probably that one. Because I feel like if this one didn't get handled, then both situations probably would have blew back up. Whose
side were you on when Paper Frank was calling out J. Cole about the what's the cover art? What's the album where he's like a king and you know what I'm saying? It's like a painting.
Oh, it's KOD.
Yeah, KOD. Whose side were you on between that?
I don't know. I didn't really dive too deep into that.
Because it's J. Cole.
No,
you want to look at J. Cole in a bad way.
No, it's not even. I mean, maybe subconsciously that's what happened, but I didn't really dive into it.
Okay, because it was a similar situation. Paper Frank was saying that J. Cole basically finessed him on payment for the cover art, and then he started getting deep and saying like J. Cole was into some like weird shit. I don't know. I ain't get too deep into that part, but
I mean, that cover is pretty weird.
Yeah, that's what he said. Like J. Cole hit him up asking for like some weird shit. And he started calling J. Cole out, bro. He was like, yo, he asked me for all this crazy shit. I did it. They're not paying me on time, this, that, and third. And I was interesting because it's like, damn, man, if J. Cole out here finessing niggas for cover art, it's a whole different game. But then I also wonder how many of these finesse cases are also just like when artists are signed to a record label, and you'll see, bro, like the first time you have your label client, you'll see the bureaucracy of working with a label and how slow shit moves because shit has to go through and get approved by different people.
Yeah.
Like you can literally do work for a label client today and not get paid for that shit for months. It's some shit they do called, wait till you hear about some shit called Net 90, Net 30. Shit gonna change your life because it's ass. I've only been Net 90, I've never been Net 90, I've been Net 30 once. And it's where they write y'all some shit and it's like, all right, We're gonna you do the work day, but you don't get paid for it. It's like 30 days. Which ain't right. It's like, no, this is ass. But I also wonder how many of them are just like, yo, well, like I said, this case not the same because she didn't know, but paper frame case, I was maybe wondering like, was it maybe he just caught up in bureaucracy and it's just taking longer than you thought it would, but it's coming. You know what I'm saying? But you're not getting that shit for 6 months, which is still ass. It's still a terrible system, but it's the system that a lot of people sign up to be a part of and don't know because they think like, oh, I'm getting paid today, and it's like, no, you getting paid when this come out.
I mean, is it in writing?
Depends on the it's usually a contract. If you know,
that's different. If they didn't read the contract, it's their fault.
No, I feel you. You're right.
Like they can't. Like I mean, I guess they can complain, but if it says in the contract that you're not getting paid for such and such amount of time, and you're complaining before this time, I would ignore it also.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird debate in the music industry because like producers argue the same shit. It's like, why are we producing on songs and we don't get our royalties until months later? You know what I'm saying? Like, which most people don't get paid until a couple months after releases, but producers get paid way later. And I always feel like I said, bro, like you have to realize, bro, the totem pole of the artistic sides of the music industry, the producers always get short end of the stick. Graphic niggas always get the short end of the stick too, bro. Like, y'all are probably the most finessed of the music industry, the most finessed and most disrespected.
Well, I'm trying to.
And studio engineers and producers. Actually, I don't know. All y'all might be about in the same boat.
Well, man, I'm trying to watch my back. So talking about, I've only been jugged once. Like a nigga ain't came at me with enough clout for me to not get started after the invoice is paid.
But them niggas count the worst niggas with clout. Because they try to use the attention to get free work.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I've had a couple of blue check niggas come at me. And
I just ignore that shit.
And one was in my DM the other day. And he asked me for some discount work. And I was like, this was before I was doing the whole Rona thing. Like, and I sent him my price sheet. And he said, I got $50. What can we do with that? And I was like, nothing. And he had like 60-something K. He was like, I'll shout you out and, do all this. I'm like,
fuck, nigga.
And then he came back like a couple of days later and asked me to comment on his comment on his post.
Well, one, I don't trust the blue check marks because some of them niggas be frauding that shit. Two, I know the process of getting the check mark, and it's not as hard as people think it is.
Yeah,
it's pretty. It's some steps involved. Like, don't get me wrong, but like it's not hard.
Yeah.
And then two is like I said, bro. Like I've learned nothing else about working in the music shit is that big artists cap hard just as hard as small artists cap, bro. Cause like the other thing they can finesse you over off of clout, and it's like, nah, nigga.
I mean, so far I've noticed the clients that don't cap as often are my white clients. If I'm just being honest.
That's a whole different conversation for another day.
Yeah, you're right.
Cause I feel, bro, like if we went through client horror stories,
I got a couple. I mean, I feel like that's a different pie, like a different pie for a different day.
Because nigga, I got some stories, nigga. I got some like I a couple niggas that like, bro, I might fight them if I ever meet them in real life. It's like they really just have made me that mad. I got one nigga just my old PayPal account just completely ruined because of that nigga, bro. This bitch ass niggas. Well, he wasn't even a black dude. Let me tell you about it, because this was I don't know what I think he was mixed.
Let you take that back.
I think he was mixed. I don't want to throw just the bitch ass niggas off for someone who don't deserve it,
Yeah.
Well, not that he don't deserve it. He deserves it, but he's not.
Bitch ass person.
Yeah, there we go. Bitch ass person.
All right.
Damn, what were we talking about?
The graphic design shit.
Yeah, the Uzi shit. So, yeah, man. All in all, like from a graphic design perspective,
it's like you said there's niggas in your DM that like generally upset about it. It's like I'm not upset about it, probably because it's not happening to me. If I'm being honest, like I can sympathize for these people without emotionally getting upset. Like I don't have to like God damn Uzi, why you? I ain't gotta do all that.
I think it's like you said about the Kanye thing, right? If Uzi had came out and been like arrogant about it, It'd probably be a different conversation. But the fact he kind of was like,
definitely.
oh yeah, man, I give you money and attention. I ain't mean to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
let's resolve this. It's like, how can you be mad at that?
Yeah, because if mine were stolen like this and he came out like he gonna give me money and attention, but damn, just like that, you solved everything I wanted.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's like, oh, I appreciate that.
Right, Brandon. At this point, the ball's in my court. What am I charging him for this hit single? Or do you think they just throw a number?
Yeah, I probably throw a number.
How much you think they offer?
No, a good amount, but not a lot.
What you mean?
Like, so I'm not completely sure on. I would feel like maybe somewhere between like, I don't know what top tier cover artists get paid. I never talked to one to know, but I want to say like somewhere between 10, 20K maybe.
Okay.
And I've heard that some artists get royalties. I don't know how designers have argued royalties on this shit, but I think it's for like ones that's gonna use it to make merch and shit. Sometimes you can argue like royalty points and shit. But like I said, I haven't talked to like a high level graphic design artist to know that. But I'm thinking somewhere around there.
Yeah, you just gave me an idea. I'm gonna start asking this. If this, putting it in my invoice, if this project or this cover is being used for merch, you know, I get a little piece of that.
Yeah, like basically have to come up with like a commercial use agreement for it. Like you can use it for this type of shit, but if it's going to be reprinted for this, and this, then that's a different conversation we have to have.
Yeah,